Welcome back to today's live exercise session. Today we're going to be doing a seated strength class, and if you were able to tune in last week, I actually did a combination standing and sitting class, and I think that was important because it demonstrated how you could follow along with this seated class but do it in standing, or a bit of both, however you feel comfortable. So while today's class is going to be a seated class, you are welcome to follow along in standing if you would like something a little more challenging. Also keep in mind that all of the moves we do can be made more complicated by adding weights, tear bands, or any form of resistance. All right? For those of you who are new, my name is Becky. I'm part of the therapy team at Stride, Mobile Physiotherapy, and we're located in the beautiful Okanagan Valley in British Columbia, Canada. So before we get started, I'm going to pull up the Facebook screen so I can follow on with who's viewing or catch any comments. All right, let's pull this up here. Good. Now, let's see. Okay. There's that. Comments are on. Okie dokie. Pull my collar down. All right, so I'm going to have my little cheat sheet, which Finian, our cat, decided to contribute to. I think that's quite cute. So as with all of our classes, before you in any class really, touch base with your physiotherapist or other healthcare provider to make sure that you're in the condition to participate in these type of classes. And always, of course, if you feel any pain, dizziness, shortness of breath while doing these exercises, please stop, and if you feel it's appropriate, call 911. The really important thing about these classes is just getting movement. We don't want pain. No pain, no gain is not something we support in this class. So remember, all of the movement to the best of your ability within the realm of no pain. All right? So let's get going. We're going to start with a warm-up. We have 3 blocks of exercises. Each one will repeat 2 times, and we'll take a nice break in between. So let's just see any comments before we get going. Any people joining? Okay, so there we go. We're going to make sure we're in a nice sturdy chair with arms on it for safety. And we're going to start with some nice deep breaths. So feet firmly planted on the ground, nice tall torso. We're going to breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth. All right? And of course, breathing into our belly. All right, here we go. All right, we're going to do some little mini marches for about 30 seconds. So just to get the hips moving, just getting the feet off the ground, okay? So let's start now. Nice little mini marches. You can rock back and forth in your seat a little or sit up nice and straight. Depends whatever's most comfortable. Let's get those muscles moving. Just a little quick warm-up. I hope everybody's had a nice weekend. It was a rainy weekend here in the Okanagan. Looks like today is going to be better, and hopefully tomorrow as well. They were whispering some 3, 2, 1, stop. They were whispering that we'd be getting some warmer weather, so fingers crossed. All right, and now we're just going to do some very gentle, feet planted, Becky, gentle arm raises so we can just slowly bring them up. We'll do 3 of these and slowly bring them down. Always respecting pain, so slowly raise our arms up and slowly bring them back down. We'll do 1 more. Slowly bring them up Good job. And slowly bring them down. Excellent. Okay, so we've made it to our first block of exercises, which we'll repeat twice. We're going to do marching, arms, and kicks. So we're going to do nice tall marches here. So as high as you can go without pain. So we're going to lift the legs up like this and switch, okay? So let's do 10 of these. Put your hands wherever you feel most comfortable. Nice long torso. And let's start with 10 marches on each leg. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, nice and slow, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. Now we're going to move to arms out. That's going to look like this. We're going to bring our hands up to our middle, sorry, not our middle, up to our chest. And we're going to put our arms out to the side, get a nice stretch through those biceps, bring them up to about 90 degrees here, or to wherever there's no pain. So again, it's going to look like this. We're going to put our arms out and bring them back in. And we're going to do this 10 times, okay? So here we go, starting with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent job. Arms down, and remember, if you can't do 10 because your shoulders start to hurt, just lower it down. Do what you can do. Coming up to the last one, we're going to be doing kicks. It's going to be activating the thigh muscles or the quadriceps. So it's going to look like this. Going to kick out, nice straight leg, flat foot if you can. If not, pointed is okay, but we really want to keep a nice flat foot. That's going to give you a bit of a stretch to the back of your leg too. Let me demonstrate one more time. It's going to look like this. Kick, kick. All right? Ready? We're going to do 10 each leg. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost there. 8, good job. 9, 10. Excellent. All right. We've made it to the end of the first block. We're going to go right back to the top and start with our marching again. So we're going to march 10 nice big marching steps. We're going to do 10 per side, and it'll look like this. So nice tall marching. This is what we want to see, okay? So tall through the torso. I'll start counting now. Here we go. Nice marches. Always respecting pain. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, slow and controlled. We want a nice controlled descent. 7, no foot slapping here. 8, 9, 10. Excellent job. Okay, back to arms out. Here we go. Bringing our arms up to our chest, and we're going to extend our hands out. Let's add, when our hands are at our chest, we're making fists. And when we extend our arms out to the side, we open our hands nice and wide. So it'll look like this. Hands to the chest, out to the side. Hands to the chest, open when out to the side. All right? Let's do this. 10. Here we go. Tall torso, feet flat on the ground. Let's get those arms moving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go to the maximum range, 8, without pain, to make sure we're getting nice movement through our joints. 9, 10. Excellent job. All right, coming to the end of our first block, we're going to wrap up with the kicks. Again, want a nice straight leg and a nice flat foot. If this is what you can do, that's excellent, but try to pull that foot back up as much as you can. Can you see my foot? Let's see. Yes, you can. That's great. No, it's not. That's fine. Okay, yes, I see. So that's what we want to look like. Bring your foot up as high as you can. Again, respecting pain. We're going to do 10 each leg. All right. Tall torso, and away we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice my feet aren't slapping. I'm not dropping. We want to 5. Have nice, smooth, controlled movement as much as we can. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. Now we've made it to our break. I'm just going to take a quick check of those comments. Hola Eric, hola Carni, gracias. Siempre están parte de la clase y eso significa mucho. Muchísimas gracias. We have 2 viewers who come in and tune in every week from Costa Rica. We're very grateful for that. Thank you for joining us. If there is anybody else who's not coming up on my screen here, who wants to, why are you like this? The technology. And Anya and Judy, hi guys, thank you for joining. Okay, so we're getting into our first break. We're going to do our deep breaths. Nice tall torso, breathing into our belly, in through our nose, out through our mouth. All right, here we go. Excellent. If you need some water, please take some. All right, we're going to move into our second block. These are going to be heel raises legs apart or steps to the side and side bends. We're going to repeat this set twice and then we'll get to another break. Just check here. Anybody talking? Excellent, Judy, exactly. Do what you can. That's the whole purpose. We want to do what we can, and that's the best we can do, okay? Anything you do is great. I'm going to take a sip of water before moving into our next section. Okay. So, heel raises. We're going to bring the attention down to my feet. We're going to pull our legs in just a little more, not too close, because that can get awkward. I mean, you get excellent range in the raises, but we still want to be stable in where we're sitting. So, this is too far, because you can barely get your heels off the ground. This is a little too far back, because I can't even put my heels flat. So, we want to find that nice happy medium, where our feet are flat on the ground, we're comfortable, and we can get nice range through lifting those heels off the ground. All right? See? So that's going to be our next exercise. We're going to do nice, slow, controlled heel raises, and we're going to repeat them 10 times. So, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, good job, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. So again, you notice my heels aren't slamming down to the ground. Everything's nice and controlled. Okay? Now we're moving on to our side bends. Again, very important. Stable in a chair with arms on either side, because we're going to be leaning to the side. This is excellent for mobilizing the spine, but because the spine is mobilizing, we want to be very careful when we do this and do it very slowly so that we're not moving into a range of pain before we can stop. All right? So I'm nice and sturdy in my chair, sit nice and tall. I'm going to hold on with the hand opposite to the side I'm leaning. So if I'm leaning to the right, I'm going to hold on with my left. Okay? So here we go. We're going to do 5 each side. Nice and slow. Over to the side. And then back up. That's what it's going to look like. Okay, so here we go. Starting now. 1. 2. 3. 4. Last one. 5. Good job, all right? We're going to switch to the other side, so we're going to switch hands that hang on, and we're going to slowly bend to the other side. Good. There's 1. You should feel a nice stretch through the side. And 2. And again, moving slowly to make sure there's no pain. There's lots of movement going on right now when we do this, so we want to make sure we're not moving into pain. That was 2. 3, coming into 4. There we go. Coming up to our last one. 5. Excellent. Okay, so that was the first batch. Let's go back to the beginning. We're going to do our heel raises. Now again, for those who want slightly more of a challenge, for example, for the heel raises, You can lean on your knees, and that puts more resistance as you lift your heels off the ground. You can have ankle weights as well. And then, oh, we're not to the end. I missed legs apart. Look at me, not paying attention. Okay, last exercise that we're going to do. So we're going to do this one. It's going to look like you lift up and step to the side and come forward. Now, if you're sat a little too far back and the arm of your chair gets in the way of your movement, scoot a little bit to the front. Move that out of the way. Make sure you have nice space to get the range. Now, if you can't step all the way out to the side like that, that's okay. You just step to where you can go. The idea is just getting the muscles working and the joint moving, okay? So it's going to look like this. We're going to step out to one side, step back to the center, step out to the other side, step back to the center, and we're going to do 10 times each leg, okay? So, nice tall torso, step to the side, step to the center, step to the side with the other leg, step to the center for 1. Good job. 2. This is a more complicated one. Step to the side, step to the center, then with the other leg, step to the side, and back to the center for 3. 4. Nice high knees. Okay? Always within the 5 realm of no pain. Okay? Get as much movement as we can for 6. Keeping a nice tall torso for 7. 8. And again, everything's smooth and controlled. No foot slapping. We want to make sure, 9, that all of our movements are slow and controlled. That makes there's 10, that makes the muscles work harder. Okay? Now, back to the top. Here we go with our heel raises. And again, all of the things to make it more complicated still apply. Okay. Well, hello, Joey. Thank you for tuning in. All the way from Texas, I think, unless you're somewhere else. All right, so again, flat feet. Your knees more or less at a 90-degree angle if you want a marker, just to make sure you have that full range to lift your heels up off the ground. And we're going to do 10 of these, nice and slow. Put the resistance you need to make it as hard as you want, okay? So let's start. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, again, no slapping, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. And back to our side bends. I'm just making sure I'm not missing any comments as we go. All right, so good and sturdy in our chairs, hanging on to the arms, opposite hand hanging on to the direction you're leaning. So if you're leaning to the right, what arm are you going to be hanging on with? The left, exactly. All right, so 5 leans. Here we go. Nice and slow, respecting pain. There's 1. There's 2. Nice stretch. There's 3. 4, last last one. Here we go. 5. Great job. Switch to the other side. So if I'm leaning to my left, I'm hanging on with my right. Here we go. 1. Remember, tall torso. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Good job. Okay, coming to the actual real last exercise of the second block. Again, if you have to adjust yourself in your chair so that you can get the widest range comfortable for you, go ahead and do that. This is a really good exercise for a lot of muscles. First, you have your hip flexors, which are the muscles in the front that you can lift your leg up with. Then you have your hip abductors, your gluteus medius and minimus, for anybody who wants to nerd out with me. And what they do is they open your leg, right? Which is a really important action. So when we're doing the combination, we're getting a lot of different muscles firing, which is really important to maintain mobility. All right, so again, the exercise looks like this. Nice high knees and out to the side, always respecting pain. All right. Hola Michael, gracias por venir. Muy importante para nosotros. Como ves, mi español no está tan bien, pero voy a seguir practicando. Thank you for joining us. All right, so we're going to start. Here we go. Doesn't matter which leg. Starting with out to the side, back to the center, switching legs, out to the side, back to the center for 1. Let's go for 2. Out to the side, back to the center, out to the side, back to the center for 2. 3. 4. Notice no slapping of my toes or feet. Everything is nice and controlled. 5. Okay, that's very important. 6, staying tall through my trunk. Right? 7. 8. Almost there. 9. And 10. Excellent. All right, we've made it to our next break. Let's grab a sip of water. Hydration is key. These are great bottles, but more often than not, I've been knocked in the face with the lid, which always gives a good chuckle to Marcello. Okay, so now we're going to, Marcello's my husband. We're going to do our nice deep belly breaths. We're going to do 3, tall torso, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Here we go. Excellent. Okay, so we're getting into our last block of exercises for today's class. We're going to be doing toe taps, arms overhead, and forward leans, and then we'll finish with a cool down. All right? So let's get with the toe taps. Now they're going to be opposite of the heel raises for a couple of reasons aside from the obvious. Our heel raises, we wanted our feet a little closer to us to have the range to lift the heels off. But if we do that with toe taps, we can barely get our toes off the ground. So we'll actually want to take a little step forward so our knees are a little more open and we have a much larger range with our toe taps, okay? So we're going to do 10 of these, nice and slow and controlled, as much as you can move them. We really want to get a nice range of movement in our feet, okay? So let's go with 10. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. All right, now we're going to do arms overhead, which is going to look like arms straight up and arms down. This can cause pain in the shoulders, so what do? We respect pain. This is as far as you can go, that's as far as you go. If one arm goes up more than the other, that's okay. We just want to make sure we're getting movement through our shoulders, okay? So let's do 10 of these, nice and controlled. Check here. Excellent. All right, tall torso, hands on our knees, and slowly bring our arms up, over our head, and back down, slowly. 2. Good job. 3. 4. 5. Good job, almost there. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Excellent. Excellent. All right. Now we're going to move into our forward leans. So we're going to be bending at the hip, straight torso, and leaning forward. So the bend comes from our hip, not our back. We're not doing this. This is not what we're doing. We are doing a straight torso, bend at the hip to come forward. Okay? You can reach out if you like. If your arms are too tired, you can keep your arms wherever they're comfortable to have a nice straight torso, bend at the hip, lean forward. Okay? And we're doing 10 of these. So, nice stable feet, flat on the ground, and 1. Always moving slowly to respect pain. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. Good job. Almost there. Remember, straight torso. 7. Bend at the hip. 8. 9. And 10. Excellent. Well, that's the first one done. Let's go back up to toe taps and make our way through because we're almost done today, guys. Awesome job. All right. 10 mentioned, back down to toe taps. We're going to inch our feet out a tiny bit just to get more range. And let's go for 10. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Again, we're not letting our feet slap. 4. Everything's controlled. 5. And that's the hardest part of these exercises. 6 is that they're slow and controlled. 7. 8. 9. Last one. 10. Good. Okay, we can pull our feet back a tiny bit just to make us more stable, and we're going to go back to arms overhead. We're going to do 10 of these. Here we go. Arms up over our heads. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5, halfway there. 6. 7, make sure you keep a nice, long, tall trunk. Posture's important. 8, I hope I didn't skip one. 9. 10. Excellent. All right, moving into our last exercise, we're going to go into our forward lean. Sorry, I was just checking to make sure I'm not missing any comments. Wonderful. Okay. If you didn't feel as stable on the last ones, you can inch your feet out a little and a little wider to create a wider base of support for when you are leaning forward. That's excellent because you want to feel stable when you're doing these things. And again, bending at the hip, long straight torso, and bending forward. Okay? Let's do 10 of these. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, good job, nice and slow. 5, 6, 7, remember, just do what you can as you can. 8, almost done. 9, 10. Excellent. Well, we've made it to the end of the class. We have a couple cool down exercises we're going to do, and then we're done for today. So we can stay where we're at. We can have a nice sturdy base of support. You can either bring your legs back, leave them where they are, because what we're going to do now is get just a bit of trunk rotation. So we're just going to slowly move like this. We're going to do 5 times each side, so I'll demonstrate it one more time. Just hold your arms up slightly so they're not in the way. Look at your neighbor if you're in a socially distanced group, or look to your side if you're on your own. Come back to center, and then you'll rotate the other way and come back. Okay? So let's do 5 each side. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, going to do a quick stretch, deep breaths. I'll let you get back to your day. All right, so again, nice wide base of support. Now we're going to reach over and down. We're going to hold that for 20 seconds. Only go as far as you feel a gentle stretch, either in your back or in the back of your legs. Don't go into pain, okay? We're going to hold that for 20 seconds. Here we go. Reach over and down. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come up. Good job. If you have a bit of a head rush, take a moment for all of that blood to come back down. And now we're going to switch to the other side. Okay? So again, we're going to reach across and slowly down, only to where you feel a gentle stretch. We're going to hold it for 20 seconds. Don't forget to breathe. Something I often do. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come back up. Good job. And wrap it up with some 3 deep breaths. Here we go. Tall torso, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Here we go. Excellent. Well, thank you everybody for coming. I'm just going to check. Well, hello Kim. Hola Daniela. So we have some local people tuning in, and we have some more people from Costa Rica. It's wonderful everybody tunes in. We so appreciate everybody checking us out, and I hope that we're helping. So thank you everyone for joining today's class. If you're just tuning in now, that's okay, because this class will automatically be saved to our Facebook page and onto our web page, which is stridephysio.ca. So if you did miss this one, or if it's at a time that doesn't quite work, you can check out our previous videos either on our Facebook page or on our website. So again, my name is Becky, part of the therapy team at Stride Mobile Physiotherapy here in the Okanagan in British Columbia, and thank you so much for joining us, and have a great day. All right, now I'm going to walk to the camera and turn it off. Okay, guys.